Hello, I'm Viper Studios Dave, and this is Renegade X. Let's get started. Now, it's a simple game where the objective is to destroy the enemy base. Each base has 4 icons at the bottom, as you can see. Money, tanks, electricity, and infantry. If you destroy most of the buildings, then you can win. Now, each class on either team has 3 weapons. Well, normally 3 weapons. You get your assault rifle, your pistol, and C4 as your standard. Each team starts off with the exact same standard class. So that's what I'm going to show. Now, the assault rifle seems to be moderate. Not very accurate at long range, but very accurate at close range. The pistol, unlimited ammo, but very low damage. Never run out. Reloading. Now, you can choose different classes with different weapons if you want. You can easily get to a purchase menu. Now, you can also get vehicles in the game, although at this time I didn't have enough money to get them. You get money by capturing buildings or making sure that your harvester gets to the other side of the map. Now, I went an officer, they get a chain gun. They get slightly more health. The chain gun does quite a lot of damage and it's rapid fire. Although it won't do much damage to a heavy tank, it still does damage. Now, you can also get a chain gun defense. It also includes a flat cannon, which is very good against either helicopters or tanks. Now, the thing about the helicopters is that they are quite OP. I'll get to that later on. Now, this is the artillery tank. One of my favourite tanks in the game, because it's got very long range, highly accurate, although it's very weak, and it is very slow and sluggish. So not too good if you're wanting very quick close combat abilities, but if you're wanting to destroy an enemy tank from long range, such as here, where I decided, I should take that tank out without any bother. Although didn't do any direct hits at the beginning, it was still a good attempt. Now, if you saw, it did quite a lot of damage, about 25%. If a vehicle does get damaged, the pilot will automatically be ejected, and is hard to kill with this type of tank because machine guns and probably the heavier caliber of rockets tend to be more efficient against infantry. Now, from this point, I just sat back and bombarded the base. Now, the AI found this out and decided to launch their counterattack, except with light machine guns which weren't really effective. Although you'll notice the health drops quite significantly, because there's 2 of them both firing at me. My health drops rapidly. If you see this, as soon as it's destroyed, I didn't press any button to eject, I automatically ejected. The pistol, don't take your eye off it, it's still a very handy side weapon. If you saw, it took out that Humvee with no problem. Now, here I'm using the machine gun to take out one of their artillery devices. Pilot automatically gets ejected again. It's a good system, but it also has its flaws. If you're wanting just to kill the pilot straight away, it's not going to be a fun game. Now, if you approach the enemy base on ground, you're more than likely going to be shot because of the amount of infantry. So, if you go by air and try to bombard it, you won't be able to. All air superiority devices, such as helicopters or I think VTOL jets as well, they all have a very short range, meaning that you can't sit back and bombard an enemy base. So you have to get in close. That's where the anti-air defences around the base come into account, because if you saw right there, that tower just started firing at me, and it very easily took out my helicopter. Now, if you do get into the enemy base, all you need to do, put C4 onto a panel like that, not the big square ones on the walls, but I have 3 screens, touch, handprint one, and defend your C4. Now, the C4 will eventually blow, but you've still got to defend it. And the more you defend it, probably the better, because if an enemy gets to it and destroys it, then it no longer works. But even if you do die, your C4 still stays in action. Now, there's another helicopter for this team. It's an assault, well, not assault, transport. Hopefully I know my helicopters off by heart. But I've taken out that other anti-aircraft tower, thinking it's all safe. Then I suddenly spot the one to my right, which then decides to fire missiles at me. Although you can easily destroy these towers, you can't actually easily dodge missiles, because as you see there, they still explode behind you, doing some damage. And then infantry still do damage, quite a lot, I must say. it was surprising how much they do damage to you, and how weak these helicopters truly are. Look at this missile, just hits, and then I get shot by a sniper. The snipers in the game tend to be pinpoint accurate. Now, here comes the most OP part about this game. One team gets a stealth tank, while the other team do not. Now, this stealth tank, you can just waltz into an enemy base and just lay waste to it. No problem. Although you can still run over enemies, you can blow up tanks, you can blow up buildings, all while still being able to stealth right in front of the enemy's eyes. All you need to do is stop firing for a few seconds and you're back in stealth. Although it's not user controlled, so you can just automatically switch into stealth and switch back out, and you won't have any control over it. Now, if you see here, I'm taking out the anti-air turret, so later on I can come back with a helicopter and not be destroyed, which is quite simple. Now, if I don't fire for a few seconds, I turn invisible and can run over infantry, and this poor AI has no idea what's happening. Not the best idea. Now I go back here and destroy the tower. The reason because the AI then don't have any air support. I can just fly in and destroy it. Also, the AI don't seem to use the defense turrets on the walls. So, later on I can come in, destroying all the defense turrets, while not actually destroying them, leaving them be because the AI can't do anything with it. So, what's left? Rather than just destroying the buildings, run them down and shoot them with machine guns. That's all, thanks. I hope you enjoyed this review.